Hello and welcome back. How have you been? I hope everything is working well. And I also hope that you've been taking a moment to reflect on the things we've been discussing because they are very, very important, and more especially when we bring them to our personal lives and our families. So today I want to talk about stress. And before then, I want to thank you so much for supporting me and for those people who have been calling me to kind of encourage me and also saying that how they're benefiting, and even for those people who have subscribed, if you can do that, that will be appreciated. So many people have been asking me to kind of revisit the issue of stress, and here I am talking about stress. I know I started a while ago, and I told you that stress is one of the things that people kind of don't really pay much attention, because we are like, oh, I'm stressed, and you're going to work, coming back, doing the things that you're supposed to be doing. But when stress goes and reaches a point that is exceeds the normal, or the stress that you can handle, it becomes a problem. And if you can remember last time, we said that sometimes we diagnose ourselves wrongly, and all this from stress. So it is very important that we get to understand how stress plays a role in our lives, and bringing us down in one way or another. So today I want to talk about stress and how it affects us socially. This is my area, this is my point. So how does the stress affect us socially? But before then, I want to just remind you that I kind of divided for you how stress affects us in four different parts, and I gave you one as from cognitive point of view or psychological point of view. Then I told you that stress can affect us from emotional point of view and physically, and also how we behave can be stress plays a role on that as well. So today I want to talk about how stress affects us socially. In fact, how stress affects us socially is not something that we really pay attention, because we cannot really think stress affecting us as a society. But then let me tell you, it plays a lot. And one of the way it does that, or just to say how society comes up, society starts from a very small unit, that is called a family. Then from a family we come to a raja, a straight raja, a group, and this is a group or community, and then from that we can come to a society. So now, before a family unit comes in, there is an individual. So if you get stress as an individual, there's a chance that you can bring it this unit as a family, and then you can bring it to a community. So for example, you got stress at work, you have a chance of bringing it home and releasing it to people who are in your family. And most are likely that those people who are vulnerable are the people who suffers from your stress. So those people who are vulnerable, like children or elderly, or people who have disabilities, you can do something we call displacement. You can, if you cannot deal with the people who are stressing you at work, if you can bring it, you can bring it to people who are in your house. And those people are the people who suffer. Say for example, you can hate your child because you want to release that stress, or you can abuse them in one way or the other, and then that alone can bring separation, rather than bringing a family staying together as a unit and enjoying the fellowship of a family. Then it divides a family, and then things like divorce can come out of there, things like separation can come out of there. So that's one thing. And then stress can have an impact in our economy. Say for example, if you are working and you came from a stressful situation, and then you are going to work, and somebody else came from a stressful situation home, and then you are here, you are working, can your productivity can be low, which can be something that can bring economy down. The other way that I associate people are affected by stress is medically. So remember I said that people can diagnose themselves wrongly, and then you go to hospital, and then you're on medication, and then you have to be then you become sick, and the sickness goes to the next level, diabetes, high blood pressure, all those things, and maybe they are just coming from stress, and also finances. So what I want to tell you that stress is something that we ought to understand, and we ought to know how to deal with. I know I'll be talking about how we can treat stress, but before then, I just want to remind you and encourage you, get to understand when you are stressed, and get to understand how you can deal with stress. I know I haven't talked about that, but the first point to deal with stress is to understand that you are stressful or you are stressed out. So if you get to know that, this, for example, is when you know that you are having a headache, you go to looking for a painkiller. So the same thing, when you know that you are stressed out, you go and find out, how can I distress myself? So I am encouraging you to understand yourself, to get to know your stressors, to get to know what stresses you, and how to release stress without releasing that stress to people in your family or to vulnerable people. So I hope you have a great week, and I encourage you to subscribe so we keep on keeping on. All right, I love you. Thank you.